Hi, my name is Sean. I'm with the New York City Guitar School, and today I want to show you how to play You Don't Know the Shape I'm In by MJ Lenderman. This was one of the bigger songs off of his album from last year called Manning Fireworks, and I was really into this record, and I guess so were the viewers because some people requested us to do more MJ Lenderman, which I am happy to oblige. So I'm going to do my best to give you my idea of what I think he's doing on this track just from listening to the album a bunch and checking out a couple videos. There's not too many, but just trying to see what he's doing to get the little nuances of how he likes to play. One important thing I should mention is I think a lot of the times he's playing in D standard tuning for a lot of these songs, though he does use a capo on this track. So if you want to play it exactly like him, you can tune your guitar to D standard and the capo will be on the 6th fret. I'm just in standard right now, which means that the capo is going to be on the 4th fret, so I don't really think it makes much of a difference. I mean, your strings might feel slightly looser in D standard, but that's the only thing that I really noticed. So if you see videos of him playing, I think he's going to be capoing on 6, but for the sake of playing this with just like a regular standard tuned guitar, we're going to go with capo 4th fret for this song. And the progression of the song isn't too bad. It's actually just an 8-bar loop for the entire track, but there's like a couple little things to check out here and there that are specific to the way it seems like he plays the guitar. So real quick, I'm just going to go over the shapes and the chords that we're going to cover on this track, and I'm going to try to talk about most of them relative to the capo. So starting out, we just got a regular C chord, 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then your pointer is going to be 1st fret on the 2nd string, 5th string down. Then he goes to an E minor chord, although sometimes I think he really only uses one finger, which would make it an E minor 7. So an E minor shape would have both of your fingers right here, 1st finger, 2nd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the 4th string, or you could do your middle and ring instead if you prefer. So it would sound like this, all the strings. But I think sometimes he just uses like his pointer finger or his middle finger after coming off of the C sometimes, which would kind of make this more like an E minor 7 technically. You can go for either of those. I'm going to kind of use them interchangeably, and sometimes it seems like he does too. So it's going to go back and forth between these chords 2 times. So 1 bar C, 1 bar E minor, 1 bar C, 1 bar E minor. Then we're going to go to an F chord. There's a bunch of ways that you can play the F based on the bar shape. A small version of the F would have your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then you're going to bar your pointer across the top 2 strings, and it kind of would just be the top 4 strings, 4, 3, 2, and 1 for the chord. Though it looks like he kind of almost does the Jimi Hendrix approach to the F chord, the way that he makes it, so that actually, it kind of almost makes the full bar, but I don't think he always plays the low note, so it's more like this. So you got your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, your pinky on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, middle finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then you'd have your pointer barring across the top 2. So that sounds like this. Sometimes you might even see somebody just playing those middle 4 strings and not barring their pointer finger. From watching videos of him play a bunch, it looks like that he tends to go towards this F shape instead of like the more kind of, I guess, regular ones. It's like, I always think of Jimi Hendrix when I see that shape, or like John Frusciante. So that's one measure of this F chord. Then he goes back towards an E minor. And then we got a bar chord. So technically, relative to the capo, this would be a B flat, but not thinking of the capo. This is like a D bar chord on the A string. So this is like one of your major bar shapes along the A string. So your pointer finger is going to be on the first fret of the fifth string, and then you're going to bar your ring finger, your third finger, across fret 3 on 4, 3, and 2 for those strings. And people usually play the middle 4 strings for this shape. And then the last chord, he goes back to that F shape. So we have a measure of C, then E minor, C, then E minor, then F, then E minor, then B flat, and then F. On this last F chord though, he does this one sort of specific little tag that happens. So he's going to strum through the chord all the way up through the first string. And then he's going to play, he's going to actually lift his finger. I actually lifted mine all the way. You don't have to do that. And then you're going to have the open first string. And then you could take your pinky. I would use my pinky. And you're going to grab the third fret on the second string. So we're making that melody on top of our F card. And that happens just about every time on the last F of each progression. So it'll be like this chord. And then you're back to C. And that's the tune as far as the structure goes. It's just those 8 measures. In terms of actually playing the song rhythmically, he's kind of freestyling a lot, like sort of changes up his pattern. On most songs that I watch him play, he just uses his fingers to play instead of using a pick. I was using a pick for this video, but you might like use your thumb to play some of the lower notes, and then kind of use your other fingers to either pick or just like lightly strum with the tips of your fingers. And it's like a typical kind of like beat 1 on like a lower note or a low part of the chord, and then beat 2 and 4 kind of on those higher notes. Of course, it seems like he mixes it up a lot when he's playing on this track, but this is kind of the general pulse. And you can do like a 1, 2, and with your other fingers, like. So on and so forth. I think that's a good way to get through the tune. And then if you're using your fingers, you can pretty easily grab that tag at the end of that last F chord. But there are some live videos out there. Feel free to check them out if you want to get really, really specific. On the record, it seems like they got like 2 or 3 guitars layered, so it's sometimes a little hard to tell who's doing exactly what. But this is kind of just a general way to get through the tune. But yeah, that's how you play You Don't Know the Shape I'm In by MJ Lenderman. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave a comment if you have suggestions for more tutorials. I read and reply to just about all the comments. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and you can also follow New York City Guitar School at NYC Guitar School on all socials. And yeah, until next time, enjoy.